Evangelion panel. I'm sure about to have lots of questions. We apparently do not have a moderator.
I'm not fancy Greenfield.
Yeah, I don't scream for a living. I don't think you're right. I don't think so either. No, that's on, but it's really low.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're having minor technical difficulties. The A-lists are not attacking the building.
Again.
This is what you get for having the burn.
Oh, look, I can see him. Oh, check that out. Oh, that's so much better.
Okay, do we have a moderator for this panel or is it just today?
It's us. It's us.
Fantastic. Okay, well, let's introduce ourselves from the far end.
Hello.
Hi everybody, my name is Spike Spencer. I originally played Shinji.
And my name is John Swasey. I play Endo.
I'm not really, I'm running with coffee. I did Ray. I directed some of the TV series with Matt, and then I did the first run of the movies.
And she's Pippin.
And I'm Pippin!
I'm at Greenfield. I was the original voice of Hyuga and the Evangelion units, and I wrote the screenplay, the English screenplay, and co-directed with Amanda.
And he's a badass. We'll tell you more about it later.
And hi there, I'm Tiffany Grant. Awesome, like to story you. Hi, I'm Allison. Yes, and I'm the voice of Misato.
Yes!
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Allison.
Yes.
Yes, Mike. Okay, thank you. Right, so do you have questions for us? Okay, you go ahead. Do it.
What are your opinions on was discussed with the idea of and how you try to talk about that with the realistic
Wow. That's, I mean, I know it's bad shit to say. Seriously, I mean, the guy, what's that? He's like, he committed suicide after he finished the series, but instead he shaved his entire body.
That was his alternate to suicide. You know what? I'm gonna kill myself. No, I think I'm just shaving my body.
Right? There go the eyebrows. He also did not have the best hygiene, according to some of the people in the industry.
So shaving his body was a good idea.
Yeah, that was actually a favor to everyone.
To answer the actual question, actually look at Evangelion. It's very derivative of stories that have come before, which Western audiences aren't all that familiar with. But it's kind of the classic Japanese science fiction story, which he did turn on its head. Primarily, a lot of the stuff about Evangelion is a kind of smoke screen. Boys called it the world's biggest workshop desk. We threw a bunch of stuff up there thinking people will think this is significant. And a lot of it is simply there just to that's a little brain.
Exactly. All of the animators were Buddhist. There were no Christians on the team. So all of that stuff that's it's the Sephiroth and all this, the book of this and that. Nah, they were just like, hey, that's cool, let's put it in the background.
This question is more directed for Allison. I know Misato is pretty much the only role you've done, but like drawn.
No.
I gotta go cry.
Suck my thumb.
I know you're on your vacation.
Get the camera,
Oh, we can dash.
But 5 times, right here, talk about 6 days. 5 times I'm working together in a hip-hop class. Chris Ayers and I performed together when he was about 20 and I was 12, no joke, in Touch Peter Pan. So these people are like a big fat needle and thread in my whole life. And that's my answer. But I'm constantly working with you.
Yes. I am Libby, sweetheart. It's your friend.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay.
Any other
I know more people have got questions here.
Yes.
This is my question actually, Swasey, he's in your best NG.
We always had fun dubbing Gendo because like you didn't have to match flaps.
It was intentional. One of the great things about Evangelion, we realized that there's one of lazy animator, idiocracy. He didn't know where the episode was he shot. All of my characters' lines, the vast majority, I'm holding a piece of paper in front of my mouth. He always got his hands in front of my mouth. You know, there's all these sheets in there. You can say, well, we need some exposition, but we don't know how much we're going to need. So we'll just have this shot of him that puts on a piece of paper, and then he'll read off. Blah, 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 establish what's going on. And then that's why it's all the long shots, all the speaker shots. It's just.
Do you remember the one with Jason's character? He's standing there with a clipboard, never even looks at it the entire scene, and then all of a sudden holds it up and answers the question and puts it back down, and still never looks at it. I'm like, come on.
Or you have like somebody making this huge, like a guard or a soldier coming in and giving Gendo a report, and the shot is just on Gendo going.
Yeah.
So you don't even see the guy talking, and then when it's Gendo's line, it's just.
This is also why Sele normally shows up as a bunch of bars.
Yeah.
It's all like, we don't know what we're doing, we're figuring it out, and
It's a little ominous.
we talked with the original cast, they didn't know what was going on. It's like every week it's like, oh, what are they gonna throw at us this week? Oh, okay. They start off thinking that, oh wow, this is gonna be just normal, another show. Like halfway through, we're like, is there a script? Is there anything going on? What? And yes, they were as baffled by the last 2 episodes as you were.
Thank you for leading my question. I actually watched the series for the first time a week and a half ago. But my husband would not let me watch the Netflix stuff. He heard me start watching it and he pulled the DVDs out.
We love your husband.
So it was all wrong. But what are your opinions on the end of the series? My husband had very strong opinions on it. I am more.
They ran out of money.
Is that an urban legend or did that
It's
really
actually
happen?
not money. What it was on his previous show, Nadia, Secret of Blue Water, the show went up in the ratings, and they actually got an extension for an extra set of episodes, the infamous Island episodes, which everyone knows, secondary level animation, it just kind of filled it out. And he was totally expecting that to happen with Baby Young. He thought he was going to get some extra episodes. He got to the end, it's like, oh, damn, they're not in. Because what people don't realize, Evangelion was not successful in its original run. It only ran on 5 stations initially. And it was its second run which really picked up steam and popularity. And TV Tokyo did not have the kind of money to just say, okay, keep animating, damn it. So the last couple of episodes were pretty much, we need to get to some kind of resolution.
Congratulations.
A lot of stock footage.
Lines dropped.
They Ed Wooded it. If anyone wants to know how my feelings on the end, there's a Shinji.
No one asked you. This is on YouTube. Check it out. It's hilarious.
I didn't realize that was real.
Oh, yeah.
He did that right after he recorded those scenes. Because he was like, can I just say something? He said it right.
Who here's heard it? There you go.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Spike keeps talking over the closing credits. Oh, is this it? Guys, It's great. How do you think that Evangelion shaped modern shonen anime and manga?
Matt?
Okay, again.
They made more of it.
Oh, there you go.
The biggest thing that Evangelion said was, hey, look, you can do a lot of merchandising without necessarily having a dozen new robots every episode. You can have these same 4 characters, and you can repeat that merchandising over and over and over and over again, and still make it. Realistically, like I said, Evangelion, it seemed revolutionary over here because we've never seen anything quite like it, but it's building on the footsteps of other shows. But basically, it said, okay, we can go ahead and we can kind of push the envelope visually avant-garde. The scripts were already getting very interesting in terms of context. That was really Camino, Gundam, Space Runaway, Eon, really scripted to the next level with anime. Evangelion introduced the animation director as an entrepreneur, able to make creative decisions. And for a while there, we had a lot of shows that were very much, well, we don't really know what it's about, but it's going to look really, really good. And that was kind of where Evangelion went. The biggest thing about Eva, if people have never seen snapped to this, is there's a reason kids are 13 years old. 14.
14.
14 years old. I'm kidding. And the reason is that's the target market. That's who this was actually aimed at. And the sponsors there are all really like, I was like, well, kids seem to get it, not that good. So, and that left a lot of the creators over to creating more off-the-wall things. So we saw things like Rosamond come out where it's like, okay, this is just a crazy idea. But that's pretty much, it just kind of opened the doors. The door had been cracked open initially by the Gundam series and Avion, and then Macross cracked it open a little more, and with Avion it kind of became, we can get away with a whole lot. The audience would just assume it means something.
You guys can see that?
No,
No, you can't hear us?
that's why I moved forward.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Okay, cool.
Because we're voice actors, we can talk
No,
louder
we
if
can
we want.
just do this. We're theatrically trained.
It's okay.
I hope so.
Can we just boost Allison up a little bit? No?
Allison's waving back.
No, we can see ourselves.
Okay. She left the call.
You could hang up.
Did you hang up on her? She's like, screw you guys. I'm going to be a mercy
Well, while we're going on, let's keep the hands. There's some hands going in the back that I did not see because there's a guy standing with a camcorder. So, you right there on the
blue shirt?
Yeah, blue shirt, yes.
So, I believe this is for Tiffany and Spike.
Okay.
So, when I was growing up, in about mid to high school, I think we actually had a weeb teacher for once, and he was actually telling us a long time ago that there was something that you and Tiffany recorded, but then was completely scrapped and never heard from again. But I've heard Tiffany is the only one who has it, and
I do have it.
Oh!
I do have it.
Yes, I still don't.
I know. It has not been released to the general public, but I'll do that. I actually just recently found it. It's on a cassette tape. The city of Houston commissioned an AIDS awareness PSA to try to promote people to having safe sex. And Jay West, we recorded Jay West Studio, right? Which used to be on Westheimer, just outside the Gully, not far from here actually. And
Which is actually where the first couple of episodes of April were mixed, by the way.
so, oh, that's interesting. It's at Jay West Studio? Okay, so. Anyway,
And
well,
we
they.
never recorded it again.
What? Okay. So they wanted, the city of Houston wanted to do an AIDS awareness PSA, and they first contacted contacted Spike.
Did they?
Yes, they did. They contacted Spike, and the concept of it was that you were going to be listening in on some teenagers in like a lover's lane kind of a situation. So they contacted Spike, and they needed to have a pearl. They were going to have, oh my goodness, Allison's. She's drunk, y'all. They needed a pearl for the Spike.
I can't hear her.
And she. Anyways, they needed a pearl for the Spike. And they contacted Spike, and it's kind of a delicate situation. And Spike was like, just call Tiffany, she'll definitely do it. So they called me and told me what it was, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we went in and recorded this. We were actually in separate booths when we were recording this, and
The weird part was, I'm in this booth facing this way, the window, and usually on the other side of that are the directors and the producers and everything. No, on right in front of me was Tiffany,
yes.
facing the same way, that way.
Spike was right behind me, looking at the back of my head. Okay, we'll just leave that there. Anyway, but so yeah, it means like,
Ow, my foot.
It was his studio, but I think he also did the voiceover for it, where it was like, one of these teenagers is killing the other one and doesn't even know it. And so he's doing this very dramatic voiceover while underneath that is us going, yes. And we're doing all this stuff.
Sounds so real.
At the end of it, I say, he goes, that was great. And I say, yeah, that was to die for. It's a little on the nose, but anyway, that's how it was. And so they were very pleased with this public service announcement. So they presented it to whoever, City of Houston, whoever had commissioned this thing, they played it for them. Apparently they were horrified. And I thought it really sounded like someone had snuck up to people, like actually like doing it. And that it was never aired. It never ever played on the radio. I think I have the only existing copy on a cassette tape.
Release the tape!
Release the tape!
Release the tape!
And
Allison,
so that is the story. And instead they ended up doing some cheesy ass thing where it was like some boys doing locker room talk, like, hey, did you hear about so and so? Yeah, which is really easy or whatever. I don't know.
So here's the point. The takeaway on this is they never ran it because we were too good.
Hashtag release the tapes.
I moved last year and I found it. I found the cassette in a box with some other cassettes just a few months ago.
And you can buy your copy for $4.99.
For a long time, I didn't even know where it was. And actually, you go ahead and you guys answer questions. I can play the end of it for you. So.
Why just the end?
She has the end of it on her phone.
I do. Well, also I
Should we answer a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Please go and do that.
Cameraman.
A question for everyone. In character, what was your favorite thing to say working on Evangelion? So fucked up.
That really was Spike because I feel I am a fan translation, and back then there was no internet because we're a million years old. And so initially he had the fan translation with the I'm so fucked up, and I kind of like in the studio I made it I'm so messed up, and Spike went, no, it has to be that. I'm like, well, dude, you're Shinji, you tell me. Okay. That was all Spike.
Because my son's.
I got the end of
Oh.
this here.
All right. Lay it on us.
Hold on, that's not.
She's using something totally different.
That's the other sex tape.
Thanks for just $12.99.
Precisely.
Oh, that was fantastic.
On my demo a few times. We did a bunch of commercials together years ago. So there's a bunch of like Spike on my demo.
The Houston acting market is incredibly incestuous. Everybody knows everybody and has since the dawn of time. Even if they've gone to Hollywood and become big names, we still know them. We still have pictures of them drunk at parties. Yeah, so back then when we originally started, we had open auditions, and the first people who came in were like, what is this? And as we found people who actually had the knack for it, kept saying, well, do you have friends who know how to do this? And Amanda came in one day and was like, okay, we got a live one here. And Amanda recommended Spike, she recommended Allison, Swasey, a bunch of them, and everybody kind of, you see this tree, I think it was.
Amanda is our animama.
So anyway, back to the original question. Genda, what is your favorite line?
In character.
Get in the. Oh.
Shinji, will you get in the fucking robot?
My favorite Ray line is actually not in it, but Matt and I used to joke about making a Ray sex tape. 20 minutes of silence followed by, are you done?
And this is Hugo, this is my other main character.
My favorite Oscar line was in the first recording, ironically, of Evangelion 3.0, You Cannot Redo, which we redid. So in the original, did anybody in here see that in the theater? Did anybody see Eva 3.0 in the theater? Okay, excellent. Okay, in that version, the good one, there was a line that Asuka said of Shinji. He's not just an idiot, he's an asshole! That was my favorite Oscar line ever, and then they made us redo it, and the redone line is, he's not just an idiot, he's a brat! I know.
Allison, what's yours?
Allison, favorite Misato line.
Okay, I have to. One of my favorites is when she is her drunk self, who I love real hard, and she goes. My other is always because I do a bunch of cool shit was about to come to go. Anybody that want it? Mom!
I thought it was going to be, don't put it in there.
You know what? I gotta tell you a little behind the scenes. That scene, my favorite line.
Yeah.
We did an outtake of that.
Oh, God!
So imagine you're watching this scene and you're hearing this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, like a dog! Oh! Someone give me a towel.
Go
Okay, you have to understand, when I worked on the Death and Rebirth and End of Evangelion, I worked on that so hard that I actually ended up in the hospital for a week. My body was just like, no, we're not doing this, we're shutting down. So, the originals and just like working with Matt on the series and stuff meant so much to me that I was like, really? Kind of beating a dead horse. I mean, honestly, I think it's a money grab.
Yeah. I don't know, it's hard for me to properly assess, I think, the rebuild film since they're not done yet. I always say it's like trying to give your opinion of a book that you've only read 3/4 of it. I mean, to me, it hasn't been as...
Hi. Oh, really? Oh, that's Todd. Everybody say hi, Todd.
He's like, I did not sign up for this.
Yeah, I mean, so far I'm kind of meh on the rebuild films. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen on the 4th movie. I was expecting a lot from the 3rd one and I was very disappointed. So, I don't know, I'm meh. Allison, what do you think about the rebuild movies that we've worked on?
I mean, you know, here's the deal. How long has this been like a blessing for all of us?
Yes.
So you know, it's
Yes.
just to have the longevity and know that so many of them. It's hard to answer if I can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I think just really what you need to consider, or what I try to just consider is, what you're saying, Allison, is that just the longevity,
Yeah.
that the lifespan this thing has had. You know, it stinks to get replaced, but it's just because that's what Netflix wanted to do. I mean, there's no actor. Ray Chase didn't go, listen, I don't like Swasey as Gendo. You need to make me Gendo. They didn't do that. They were not even going to consider me as Gendo. But you know what? I'm not even the original Gendo. So I got nothing to complain about. I had a good run. It was a lot of fun, and people still look at it, but it's like, dude, it's like looking at Batman. Who's Batman, really? Adam West, thank you. I think what the bottom line is, and I haven't seen it on Netflix, but to me what the bottom line is if they stay true to the story and true to what the creator originally had intended, then it's fine. If they're going in some direction and they don't have the blessing of the creator, then it's not fine.
The ironic thing is the translation they're using is actually one that we turned down originally. It's David Fleming's script, maybe he's tweaked it since then. He offered it to us originally, and we went with the translation by Kuhn Kimmerer instead because we felt he had a better grasp of what worked going from one language to another as opposed to a transliteration, which ironically is what everyone's complaining about, is about how many of the lines in the new version don't have the same punch because they mean more directly in Japanese translated the way they are than they do in English. And when we did originally, I spoke out the original script and have all the red notes that we came back from Gynax. When we did it, they had the same thing. So they're the third children, the fourth children. No.
One person cannot be a children.
How many children are you? Stuff. But then the other thing, which
Matt did it. Matt stood up to them and was like, this is ridiculous. We're matching mouth flaps and it is a child, not a children.
Matt Greenfield
Yes.
a genius, and so is Amanda Whitley, and they are the ones that kept it real and kept the fiber, the moral fiber of what they wanted alive. And I want y'all to give them a round of applause for real.
Is they apparently missed one of the entire points, which is that the entire series is actually meant to be presented as a closed loop. That's why they keep cutting to Shinji's digital Walkman flashing 25-26. And once you've gone through the episodes all the way through, you're supposed to go back and watch it again. And that's when you start realizing how many lines have double meanings. How many things are said that don't mean what you think they said the first time. Especially Reed's code is just an evil woman. Are just awful. They don't sound awful, but then you realize, well, she knows there's a big old. Is there anyone here who hasn't seen the damn show? Okay. There's a big old tank of dead rays floating around. You know? And once you know that she knows this, it's like, wait a second. That was an evil damn thing to say. And when you do a straight transliteration of this word means this in English, this word, you lose that flavor. And I think that's something that you were able to get in there.
Cool, so it's all the double meanings. I'm really not fucked up.
Banana sled to a phone receiver?
Oh, well, okay, yeah, that was not Evangelion.
No, it wasn't Evangelion, but I was bringing up how the translation is important to make a cultural shift.
One thing that I did years ago was he got me doing adaptations for subtitle scripts before I was doing adaptations for dub scripts. And I was working on a show, it was a hentai, and I was looking at the translation and I was trying to craft that into a little bit more polished language for that. And there was a line that said, "It went from a slug to a telephone receiver." And I said and I thought like something moved from this to that, and I didn't understand what it meant. This was talking about an erection. Describing an erection. And that was how it was translated. The line said, "It went from a slug to a telephone receiver." And that probably is exactly what the words were, but that makes
I don't see
no
the problem.
sense. I mean, I didn't even understand what it was talking about.
There were so many times I'd be like, Matt, can you retranslate this into English for me? Because I couldn't understand. It was like one, it was like, the river walks softly here.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. So, right, just
You know, Tiffany,
transliterating something.
that line makes perfect sense to me, and I'm sorry. It went from a slug to a telephone receiver. And that's when the guy goes, "Honey, phone call." And then your wife says, "Take a message."
One night only, ladies and gentlemen.
What you're seeing, this is how it actually is in the recording booth. This is how you get through doing a show like Evangelion.
That was the hardest part, was Matt getting us back on track.
He had to wrangle us.
Yeah.
Real quick, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say on the rebuilds, there's one more coming, and everybody keeps asking me if I'm in it. I don't know. And, you know, and I got to tell you, you know, being there and doing all of them all the way up, it's like, I still don't know what the hell's going on. It's cool.
I understand, you know, when I started with Amanda and Matt, and working for Matt, you know, Matt, you really are a genius. And I just want to tell you, if it weren't for you, none of this would happen. But it was so funny recording with Matt because when I started, Amanda was a director and Matt was a director, and that was it. And they were just trying to pump out as much as they could, and they were working all day and all night. It was crazy. And Matt, I don't know how many trees we've lost, Matt, but Matt had a script for every actor that walked in. Whether you were Shinji or Soldier B, you got a full script. And at the end, you look around, and in the corner there was like just a tower of recycled scripts. I mean, like, you're just like, wow, dude, we lost Memorial Park. I mean, but this was the best thing. This was the best thing I loved about working with Matt. So back in the day, when we started, we had a paper script, and Matt would rewrite lines and stuff like that. That's fine. And then we got to the point of having a script on a screen. which made Matt's life a lot easier, and the forest happier. But Matt could just change it on the fly, you know. And so we do a line, and you beat this long paragraph, and you get all the way in, and they go. So then we get to the point we record it, and this is just, you record it, and as actors, we're very insecure just by nature. We have a level of insecurity, which is why we want you to applaud for us. We want you to love us. Yeah! So when you're in the voice booth, you don't get that, right? You're in a booth, you're in an isolation booth with headphones, and they're outside there, and you say your line, and you look up, and you want to see this. And Matt, though, bless his heart, he'd work so long, he'd be so tired. You'd do a take, and you'd look up, and you'd see Matt just going.
That is true.
Yeah, that was good. Let's move on. We're in the booth going, oh, no. I can't do this anymore. But if it works for Matt,
That's true. I would like to say, I have every one of my original Oscar scripts with all the notes in the margin. So I still actually have all I've kept. Back when we did have the printed out scripts, I kept every single one of mine.
In a storage unit?
Yeah, they're in my garage, in a container. Yeah, in a big plastic container.
You can't fit your car in your garage then.
Thankfully, we're not, like John said, we're not printing them on paper anymore. But yeah, I kept all of mine. I do. I have them.
Does anyone have a picture of Blue?
Oh, Allison, you froze, baby.
Picture of what?
She left.
Picture of what?
Oh, yes,
Suspense.
See someone turning the tank.
Mari, you got a question?
So hearing all these issues, translation and all that y'all been going through and hearing about all the changes and all that, how many nights in a row did y'all just go out drinking?
Every single
Everyone.
How many bars were just sold out by the end of it?
every single one. And just so you know, that hasn't stopped now that we're not doing it.
That's just us.
Who was at my panel last night?
That's called Tuesday night.
Wait, what was it, Allison? What were you trying to say before you kind of froze up for a second?
I'm sorry, I said one of the most iconic pictures would be Matt's office, what it looks like.
No, that's terrifying.
Have y'all ever seen Hoarders?
Which version of his office, though?
Are you saying that he knew where everything was, Allison? Because that's not true.
That's not true, I was lying.
Yeah. He
But
thinks
it was amazing.
Yes,
It
it was
was amazing. We
amazing.
need to find an old picture.
Yeah.
Gentleman with the beard. Yes, you.
Oh, okay, cool. First of all, thanks for the great new penis joke.
You're so welcome.
We do what we can.
Regarding the Shinji rant, was that just something you spat out on recording and it was like, yeah, I'll throw it in, or were you just like, hey guys, look at this is gonna be funny?
Yes.
Yes.
Just thrown out.
Yeah, he got there, and a couple of the other actors sort of got it all. Basically, like, just go ahead and let it out. Everyone else has, And boom, it was like, yeah, that's gold. We didn't dare put it on the initial releases back when it was VHS, but once it was DVD, oh hell yeah.
But you made a point earlier. But when we're in a recording booth, and especially in this genre, this medium, whatever, there are all kinds of stuff that got recorded that hopefully the tape just got burned or something. But it's a very safe place for us to say whatever the F we want, and to let stuff out and be completely inappropriate, can be completely politically incorrect, and do all kinds of things just so we can just get it out. Because it's fun. And you gotta get it out. If you don't, it's gonna be a problem.
Responsible, you can do something with it, like the Animago new release of Guns with Cats has all of our outtakes.
What?
Oh. I didn't know that.
I sent him the DAT. with a-
I retract my statement. It is no longer a safe place.
Apparently, I have to lawyer up. Okay. I'm gonna tell you, I was doing Star Ocean 2, and we had the best engineer. He was taking every outtake as we were going, and when he was just kind of, not doing anything, he was putting it all together. And so, like, we come in today, go, hey, check it out, boom, and it was just this rant of ridiculosity. And we were like, oh my God, that's funny as hell. I hope nobody ever hears it.
Way in the back, yes.
First flight, do you still hold the sentiment that you have a whole rant at the end? Do you still hold that sentiment? Do you still hold that sentiment?
Do I still hold the sentiment of my I stand by my words. Thank you.
What are your guys' favorite angel?
Misato.
Like what?
I said, you, Misato, are my favorite angel.
Is that why you saved his bedroom?
Ease off the giggity, son.
I don't know if I have a favorite angel. Do you have a favorite angel?
Jacqueline Smith.
Oh.
Although I have to say, Kristen Stewart was pretty good in the movie.
Wait a minute, at the very far back,
Here,
against
against the
the
wall.
wall. Yes.
So,
Belt it out, baby.
so I don't know if this was asked yet, but whenever you were recording End of Evangelion, what was going through your minds with everything after episode 25 and 26 and then that movie?
Scotch.
For a couple of years, it took a couple of years for End of Evangelion to come over here. And it was heavily pirated. There were bootleg tapes of it, fan subs everywhere. And I managed to find someone who had a copy and sent it to me. And I watched a fan sub of End of Evangelion at home by myself. And I was yelling at my TV, Shinji, why are you helping me? I was really mad at Shinji, for sure. And that is not a movie that I should have watched by myself.
So the End of Evangelion came about because Otto got death threats for the way the series ended. He was like, fine, you want another ending? Everyone dies. The end. But we take a lot of breaks and screw around excessively because when it's really dark like that, you have to, otherwise you go nuts. So
Yeah, super dark. Super dark. Not the yellow reader.
Against the wall.
So, did you just mention fandom? I was just wondering, have you guys, any of you watched Eva Bridge on YouTube?
Oh.
Eva Bridge. Eva Bridge, yeah.
By Giga.
I've watched, God, I think I watched some of it years ago. I've watched, what I really like is Gigux.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely. The Gigux videos are amazing. And if you guys haven't watched it yet, the Gigux review regarding the Netflix release.
Yes.
I did call you, yes. So.
All right. So, do you think one of the things that has caused Evangelion to last so long is the fact that a lot of the information about what's going on in the background with the rest of the world, with Sealy and Nerve, is often kept in the background and not openly talked about? So it's required a lot of fans over the years to comb through it, find the little bits and pieces and pull them together to figure out what all
That's what I said at the beginning. It's a Rorschach test. It's what do you see in this picture? With all this stuff thrown at you, what do you pull out of it? And every time someone watches it, they come away with something just a little bit different. So people keep watching and say, there must be more going on here, and they'll watch it again. Well, that time I saw this, and I didn't Now I don't think it was, and that's why it's literally, it leaves you so open, trying to figure out what's going on. If it had had a nice simple ending, they kill the angels, it's over the end, we wouldn't be talking about this show anymore. But because it was left so wide open, and it has the alternate endings, and it has the alternate version in the manga, and now God knows how many alternate manga versions. You know, it's hanging out there, and people bring to it what they will. It's a very strong emotional show for a lot of people because it hits you, it resonates with where you are emotionally at certain points in your life. And it will always be that way because it is so ambiguous that you can read into it.
I think we have time for one more.
Make it a good one.
Somebody else, please.
Just like with the black.
Man with the glove.
Which character do y'all feel got the worst deal at the end of the series? Which one was just the most abused in your opinion?
Calgary's head did get caught.
Clean right off.
Yeah, just whoop. Yeah. So yeah.
I think it's Mari because nobody likes her.
Mari's alright.
I don't know. I kind of think they all got a raw deal.
I don't care.
I'm gonna go with Pen Pen. Hear me out. When you're stuck on a moon, he's the first one to eat.
Okay, one more. Gentleman in the black shirt.
Okay, this one goes for John and Amanda. We all know about the Netflix situation about how say Tiffany and Spike weren't called back. Did Funimation at least call you two back to reprise your roles?
Yes.
Yes.
Sweet.
No. I flipped a coin in my head. I don't know.
I reprised Gendo at Foundation.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. It was a scheduling thing, and so I told Mike, I was like, let's just cast it locally because Ray was such a small part that we put all. I mean, she's so intense, but if you put it all together like that, it's usually like an hour of stuff to do. So I told them to just go ahead and recast. One more?
Let's go to the side of the room.
This one. Yes.
Would you guys ever want to see Evangelion into a live-action movie?
I believe you said Pacific Rim.
Toro was in fact one of the directors online to direct the live action game, but it wasn't developed. So make of that what you will.
When I saw Pacific Rim, it was funny because at first I didn't realize that it was an homage, and I'm like, they ripped us off! You know? And then I even wrote something on Facebook, and then Lorraine Reyes was like, I think it was sort of more an homage than like a stealing. I'm like, oh, really done.
What about Allison? What do you think about the making of a live action?
I think the same thing. If it was done really, really well, I mean, dude, they could put Transformers to shame up in here.
I'd like to see it if I could play Gendo.
Hey, you gotta be able to grow up.
That's really cool. We have time for one more. Yes, a quickie. Yes. You start with the left.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
So why don't you explain to me what the hell happened at the end of Evangelion?
Yeah, that's gonna take.
She has a quick question.
Well, we're all going to be in the dealer's room very soon, signing things for you guys. Allison will not be because she's at a remote, undisclosed location.
Love you,